Hello children, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to see Introduction to Trigonometry, Chapter 8. What are we going to learn from this chapter? Let's see. Consider a line segment AB of measurement 4 cm. Now I am going to draw one more line segment AC which is inclined on AB and the measure of AC is 5 cm. Now can you tell me what is the value of the angle CAB? How we can measure angles? Angles can be measured as degrees. Here can you tell me the value of this angle? Do you think that we can find out the value of this particular angle? Yes, we can do. A particular branch of mathematics helps us to calculate the value of an angle with the measure of these sides which makes that angle. So here the arms are AC and BA. These two arms makes angle A, and we can calculate the value of angle A as ratio of the measure of these two sides, and this is what is trigonometry. Trigonometry helps us to calculate values of angles in a triangle. So we should have all three sides measures of this triangle ABC join in CB, so it makes a triangle. If we have a triangle and if the sides of the values of all the sides are given to us, we can calculate the value of angles not as degrees but as ratio of the length of the sides included in this triangle. So what is this word trigonometry represents? This is a Greek word. Trigon is triangle. The word tri stands for 3 and gon stands for sides, 3 sides, which is triangle, a closed linear object. And metry is derived from the word metron, which means measures. So in trigonometry we are going to deal with acute angles. We are going to deal with acute angles with the help of right angle triangle. This is again another important point. Children, kindly make a note of it. Trigonometry is applicable only for a right angled triangle. Trigonometry is applicable only for right angled triangle. And how many angles are there in a triangle? There are 3. If this angle is right angle triangle 90 degree, the sum of remaining two angles will be 90. If we divide that or split, this will also be a acute angle. Angle C will also be a acute angle. So we are going to find out the values of acute angles in a right angle triangle. This is what we are going to study in this chapter. Fine. How are we going to calculate the values of the angles? Using trigonometric ratios. Using trigonometric ratios, we are going to find out the value of the angles. There are 6 ratios. First is sine theta. Theta is variable which represents angles. Sine theta, which we will pronounce as and write it as sine. Sine theta is when we have a right angle triangle, let's say ABC. Here we are not going to do anything with the 90 degree, which is B. We are going to deal only with the 2 acute angles A and C and all the 3 sides. Now out of these 2 angles, one angle will be mentioned in the question. For example, here I am considering the angle A. If angle A is mentioned in the question, that we will consider as theta, which is the variable for angle. When I want about to calculate the value of this angle A, I need to decide what is the opposite side for this particular angle and what is the adjacent side for this particular angle. So in a right angle triangle, the side which is opposite to 90 degree as we know is hypotenuse. The side which is opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse. Now this angle we are going to consider. The side opposite to this particular angle is opposite side. So the side BC is opposite side for angle theta, which in turn we can say it as angle A. And the side which includes the angle A, which is our theta, is the adjacent side. So every trigonometric ratio is defined with respect to the sides. Before that, we need to find out which angle is included in the question, and with respect to the angle we need to find which is the opposite side and adjacent side. Now sin theta is defined as opposite upon hypotenuse. Sin theta is defined as opposite upon hypotenuse. Sin theta is the reciprocal of one more trigonometric ratio, that is cosecant theta. Sin theta is the reciprocal of one more trigonometric ratio, that is cosecant theta. Cosecant theta usually we will write it as cosec theta. The next trigonometric ratio is cosine theta. Cosine theta we will write as cos theta. Cos theta is defined as the adjacent side upon hypotenuse. The adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Cosine cos theta is defined as adjacent upon hypotenuse. Cosine is the reciprocal of another trigonometric ratio, that is secant theta. Cosine is the reciprocal of secant theta. And your third trigonometric ratio is tangent. Tangent we normally write it as tan theta. Tan theta is defined as opposite upon adjacent. Tan is defined as opposite upon adjacent. Tan is the reciprocal of your sixth trigonometric ratio, cot theta. Cot theta is cotangent, and while solving sums we usually write it as cot theta. So there are 6 trigonometric ratios. The first one is sine, second one is cos, third one is tan, fourth one is cosecant theta. So cosecant theta, I told you, cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sine. So how we can write cosecant theta? Cosecant theta is hypotenuse upon opposite. And your fifth trigonometric ratio is secant theta. Secant is reciprocal of cosine. Secant is reciprocal of cosine. So secant can be written as hypotenuse upon adjacent. And cot, your last trigonometric ratio is cot theta. Cot theta can be written as, cot theta is the reciprocal of tan, so it can be written as adjacent upon opposite. So there are 6, out of which 3 is reciprocal to the other 3, and there is 2 special ratios also. The first one, tan theta, which is also can be defined as a quotient ratio. This quotient can be got by dividing sine and cos. If we divide sine theta by cos theta also, we will get tan theta. That is why tan theta is otherwise called as quotient ratio. So how will we get that? What is sine? Opposite upon hypotenuse. What is cos? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. If I cancel hypotenuse and hypotenuse, I'll get this as opposite by adjacent. The same way, cot theta is also a quotient ratio. Cot theta is also a quotient ratio which can be got by dividing cos by sine. So what is cos? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. What is sine? Opposite upon hypotenuse. When I am cancelling this term, getting adjacent by opposite. Adjacent upon opposite is cot theta. So we have learned only 6 ratios: sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant and cot. All the ratios are defined as a ratio between two sides. Those two sides also I mentioned here. Out of these 6 ratios, 3 is the reciprocal of the other 3. Sine is the reciprocal of cosecant, cosine is the reciprocal of secant, tangent is the reciprocal of cotangent. And tangent and cotangent are otherwise called as quotient ratio, because the same value we will get by dividing the other two ratios. Tan is equal to sine by cos and cot is equal to cos by sine. Let's start with the exercise 8.1. It is given that the measure of the side AB is 24 cm, BC is 7 cm, and they asked us to find out what is sine A and cos A. They asked us to find out sine A and cos A. Here it is mentioned that there is a right angled triangle. There is a right angled triangle ABC, right angled at B. So after drawing the diagram, we need to find out for what vertex and for what angle we are going to calculate the values. Here it is mentioned as sine A. So the theta angle which we are going to consider here is angle A. So angle A is represented as theta. Now what is opposite side and what is adjacent side we need to find out. Hypotenuse will never change for any right angle triangle. This side which is opposite to the right angle 90 degree is only the hypotenuse. So now for theta, which is the opposite side, BC is the opposite side, and which side is includes the angle theta, that is AB. So AB is adjacent side, BC is opposite side and AC is the hypotenuse. First we are going to calculate sine A. Sine A is defined as opposite upon hypotenuse. So here the measures of sides is given. BC is 7 cm and AB is 24 cm. We need to find out the third side AC. After knowing only the values of all 3 sides, we need to calculate the angles. How to calculate AC? Look into the triangle. This is a right angle triangle. So by Pythagoras theorem, we are going to calculate the third side. What Pythagoras theorem states: the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the height and the base. Square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the height and the base. So here AC we want to find out. AB is given as 24, so 24 square, and BC is given as 7, so 7 square. AC square is equal to 24 square is 576, 7 square is 49. If we add, we are getting 625. AC square is 625. AC is equal to under root 625. When I take square root for 625, I'll get plus or minus 25. So AC is 25. This is not coordinate geometry. We are learning trigonometry here. We will not consider negative value because this is not Cartesian plane. Values we will take only as positive values. Neglecting the negative value, we will write AC as 25 centimeter. So AC is equal to 25 centimeter. Now let us calculate the ratios. First we want to find out sine A. Sine A is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse. What is the opposite side for sine A? It is BC, and the hypotenuse is AC. What is the value for BC? 7 centimeter, and what is the value for AC? 25 centimeter. So sine A is equal to 7 by 25. Next we want to calculate cos A. Cos A is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Adjacent side here is AB. Hypotenuse is AC. AB value is given in the sum 24 and AC we found out 25. So the value of cos A is 24 by 25. The value of sine A is 7 by 25 and cos A is 24 by 25. Now check the second sum. They gave a right angle triangle PQR, and the measure of PQ is given as 12 centimeter and the measure of PR is given as 13 centimeter. So first we need to find out the value of QR. So to find out the value of QR, what we will be doing by Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of height and base. Hypotenuse square here is given as 13 square. The height is 12, so 12 square. We need to find out QR square. 13 square is 169. Bring 12 to the other side of your equation. 12 square is 144. If you bring it to the other side, this will become minus 144, which is equal to QR square. Find the difference of 169 and 144, that is 25. 25 is equal to QR square. So the value of QR is under root 25. If you take square root for 25, you will get plus or minus 5 is QR. We will neglect the negative sign because no length will be negative. Here QR is equal to 5 centimeter. So we found QR is equal to 5 centimeter. Now let us calculate tan P. First they asked us to calculate tan P. So what will be the ratio? The vertex and the angle P is the ratio. So angle P is considered as theta. Angle P is considered as theta. Now for this particular angle, which is the opposite side, QR is the opposite side, and which is the adjacent side, 12 is the adjacent side. When I am considering the angle P, the opposite side is QR and the adjacent side is PQ, and hypotenuse is the side which is opposite to 90 degree. Now how we will define tan P as? Tan P is equal to opposite upon adjacent. Opposite is QR, adjacent side is PQ. Value of QR is 5 centimeter and PQ is 12 centimeter. Therefore the value of tan P is 5 by 12. Then let us calculate the next value, cot R. For cot R, we are going to consider the angle R. When I am considering the angle R as theta, the opposite value and adjacent value will get changed. When I am considering the angle as R and R as theta, the adjacent value and opposite value will get changed. Now for this theta, which is the opposite side, PQ is the opposite side, and for this theta, which is the adjacent side, QR is the adjacent side. Hypotenuse will always remain same because hypotenuse is the side opposite to 90 degree. Now for cot R, what is the definition? Cot is reciprocal of tan, so it is adjacent upon opposite. Here what is the adjacent side? For angle R, QR is the adjacent side, and what is the opposite side? PQ is the opposite side. So QR value is 5, PQ value is 12. In this question they asked us to find out the difference of tan P and cot R. Tan P we got as 12 by 5 by 12, and cot R is also 5 by 12. If we subtract this, we will get the value as 0. Tan P minus cot R is 0. When we are solving the sums, the first thing what you want to concentrate is find out which is the angle we are going to consider, and then according to that vertex find out which is the opposite side and adjacent side. Be thorough with the definition for sine, cosine, secant, tan, cotangent and everything. Substitute all the values, you will get the ratio of any particular angle. If any one of the side is missing in the question, that will be found out by Pythagoras theorem.